Hello everyone. Our focus today is on the Lakers' two young prospects, Jared Vanderbilt and Rui Hachimura. Both returning to the Lakers lineup, they have been overshadowed by the recent introductions of players like Gabe Benson, Taurean Prince and Cam Reddish, not to mention newly drafted rookies. But it's crucial not to let your youth fall by the wayside. Vanderbilt, 24, and Hachimura, 25, have ample growth potential in their NBA careers. Interestingly, when I say growth, it's not just symbolic for Vanderbilt. Over the years, we've come across stories of players going through growth spurts, and Vanderbilt may be in that phase. While the word is mostly metaphorical, alluding to skills and gameplay, it's fascinating how literal growth can also be part of an athlete's journey. The Lakers, with their rich history and championship pedigree, have always been at the forefront of evolution, both in terms of game strategy and player development. While the spotlight is often more on new entrants and stars, developing young talent like Vanderbilt and Hachimura is just as critical. They are players who, with proper preparation, can become the pillars of the team's future. In the fast-paced world of basketball, where news cycles run at breakneck speed, it's essential to pause and acknowledge the silent contributors. As we eagerly await the next big signing or sensational rookie breakthrough, let's also spare a thought for those who consistently work in the background, waiting for their moment to leap into the limelight. In the maelstrom of basketball news and rumors, there is one intriguing piece of information making the rounds: Jared Vanderbilt's height. According to famed trainer Phil Handy, who is currently working with Vanderbilt in Japan, Vanderbilt may have experienced a late growth spurt. Handy, in an Instagram post, initially pointed to Vanderbilt growing a few inches, but later modified it to a more general statement about the player's height increase. To many, this might sound like one of those off-season stories that often crop up about a player. Although most men stop growing around the age of 20. The idea of Vanderbilt, who is 24, getting taller seems a little far-fetched. But nature is full of anomalies. While it's challenging to wholeheartedly believe this, I'm looking forward to seeing Vanderbilt's official height when the boot camp updates arrive. But let's consider the idea: if Vanderbilt really grew and now stands at 6 feet 10 inches, would that significantly alter his game dynamics? From a holistic perspective, Vanderbilt needs more than just a height advantage to elevate his game. A growth in skills, technique and perhaps an increase in muscle mass could be more beneficial to him than just a few extra inches. Gaining strength, for example, could be a game changer. Vanderbilt doesn't necessarily have to turn into a major powerhouse. However, slightly increasing the volume can work wonders. These days, he often finds himself outclassed by bigger wing players, not to mention times when he's up against bulkier, more physically imposing opponents. An additional 5 pounds of muscle could give you the leverage you need without compromising your agility on the court. The added strength would give him better ground control, especially when he's close, fighting for position or moving up to recover. In the grand scheme of things, while Vanderbilt's alleged height increase is intriguing, it's the broader aspects of his development that really matter. It will be interesting to see how he performs next season, whether he will be taller, stronger, or both. Ultimately, his growth as a player will be judged not just by his physical stature, but by the maturity and delicacy he brings to the court. In the ever-evolving world of basketball, adaptability and continual improvement are key, and Vanderbilt, with the right guidance and effort, could very well be on the path to making significant career advancements. Undoubtedly, for Vanderbilt to truly elevate his presence on the court, it's imperative that he significantly advances his offensive game. Although he's carved out a reputation as a formidable defender, Vanderbilt's offensive skills still need some polish. Yes, he's made some strides, notably in corner three-point shots. Yet, this feels like just the beginning of what could be a transformative journey for him. Analyzing his performance from last season, Vanderbilt took a total of 93 point shots. From these, he was successful 29 times, with a significant 26 of these successes stemming from corner shots. His accuracy rate stood at 35.4%, which, while commendable, suggests there's scope for growth. The crux of the matter isn't just about improving accuracy but also about frequency. His occasional three-pointers aren't enough to get him labeled as a shooting threat by his opponents. Most would willingly let him take a shot over letting powerhouses like LeBron or Anthony Davis drive to the hoop. The imperative for Vanderbilt is clear: to ascend to the next tier in his career, he needs to be more consistent and effective with his three-pointers. His current unpredictable performance means that during off days, when his shots just won't find their mark, he risks being sidelined. This isn't an ideal scenario, especially considering the defensive void his absence creates. If Vanderbilt managed to maintain an average of one successful corner three-pointer per game and improved his shooting rate to around 38%, it would drastically reshape his on-court persona. Defenders would then need to treat him as a credible threat, ensuring they mark him closely. This strategy, in turn, would carve out more space for stalwarts like LeBron and Davis to operate. Having Vanderbilt as a dependable player on both ends of the court is undoubtedly the Lakers' endgame. Enhancing his prowess from beyond the arc is arguably the pivotal piece of this puzzle. No one can refute this, especially in today's NBA landscape. The three-pointer isn't just a flashy shot, it's a crucial weapon, especially for forwards. Except for those positioned at the 5, every player on the court is expected to have this skill in their arsenal. Vanderbilt, with his undeniable talent and potential, should channel his energy into honing this aspect of his game. It's not just about personal growth, it's about augmenting his value to the team, ensuring that he's always an asset, no matter which side of the court he's on. Despite the emphasis on height in basketball, mere inches can't replace skill development when it comes to playing time. One pivotal area Vanderbilt, or Vando, as he's often referred to, could stand to refine is his ability to maneuver the ball. I'm not insinuating he morphs into an ISO player overnight. Instead, it would be advantageous if he could capitalize on his agility to drive the ball from one end of the court to the other more frequently. Given Vanderbilt's pace, mastering ball control could transform him into a potent offensive threat. Imagine him snatching a rebound and immediately charging down the court, all without needing to pass. Although we've witnessed glimpses of this capability, it's been inconsistent at best. Yet, those sporadic displays hint at a reservoir of untapped potential. For Vanderbilt to expand his role offensively, honing his ball handling skills seems like a logical next step. Couple that with a more consistent three-point shot, and suddenly he evolves into a much more dynamic player when it comes to offensive strategy. However, it's essential to remain grounded in our expectations. Wishing for Vanderbilt to emerge as a primary shotmaker or prolific shooter might be overly ambitious at this juncture. Instead, the emphasis should be on gradual, incremental development. Realistic targets like refining ball control and boosting three-point accuracy could be the milestones to aim for in the upcoming summer training. Responding to rumors about Vanderbilt's growth spurt, while intriguing, height is not the be-all and end-all. Yes, additional centimeters can be a bonus, but we must approach these statements with caution. For example, remember when 5 feet 9 inches Isaiah Thomas made summer growth claims? It's essential to keep things in perspective and prioritize tangible skills that can really increase a player's impact on the court. While the speculation surrounding players' height gains can be amusing, it is undeniable that genuine skill development remains at the heart of a player's evolution on the court. Take Rui Hachimura as an example. While it hasn't sparked rumors of a sudden growth spurt, there's no denying the massive expansion potential of its gameplay. Already boasting what many consider to be the most refined footwork on the team, Hachimura could raise his game by further leveraging that strength. His mid-range scoring capabilities are almost poetic, drawing defenders in with his quick movements. However, three-point shooting remains an area of concern. We've seen fluctuating performances from Hachimura, especially in this department. Prior to joining the Lakers in January, he demonstrated impressive ability beyond the arc, especially with a 40% hit rate from corners. However, after he donned the purple and gold, that number took a worrying dip, dropping to just 23.8%. Such a drop not only affects the stats, but also the player's confidence. There were instances during the regular season where Hachimura, likely struggling with pressure and declining form, was hesitant to even attempt pitches. This reticence was a far cry from the self-assured players fans were used to seeing. But as the saying goes, it's not how you start, it's how you end. As the time for the playoffs approached, something seemed to reignite within Hachimura. This new momentum reflected the difficulties that Jared Vanderbilt also faced, especially with his respective three-point shooting problems. Both players at times struggled to keep their places on the court during the regular season due to these inconsistencies. Drawing parallels with Vanderbilt, the heart of the matter is that while physical growth can be a talking point, the true evolution of a player lies in their ability to adapt, learn, and overcome challenges. As fans and analysts alike, we should expect players like Hachimura and Vanderbilt to explore their immense potential, refining their skills and emerging stronger with every game, season, and challenge. While it's clear that the performance of certain players can influence a team's dynamics on the court, it's the commitment to improvement that truly increases a team's synergy. Take Rui Hachimura, for example. The main hurdle he seems to be facing isn't necessarily his shooting ability, but rather his confidence to pull them off. When Hachimura is in the zone, his scoring potential is undeniable. The challenge, though, is mastering the catch-and-throw rhythm, ensuring your form is consistent and efficient. But scoring isn't the only area of improvement. Hachimura's court vision, especially during high-pressure moments near the rim, sometimes exhibits tunnel vision. While averaging 1.8 assists per 36 minutes might not seem too bad, digging deeper reveals missed opportunities where a more strategic pass could have changed the game. Refining this aspect of his gameplay would unquestionably elevate him from a prolific gunner to a holistic ace. On the defensive end, there's not much to criticize for Hachimura. Yes, there is a slight desire for him to be more agile in lateral movements, but his strengths must be recognized and leveraged. His strength is defending formidable opponents close to the basket, rather than chasing players from the perimeter. Turning our attention to Jared Vanderbilt, what areas do you think he should focus on refining? It is essential to remember that player development is not just about individual growth, it's about improving team cohesion and increasing overall performance. Now, have your say in the comments section. I'll leave a pinned question on the subject for you to quote your point of view. Your continued support means everything. If you like the content, like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you in the comments.